Hi everyone, welcome to Provisual Tutorials. In this video, I'll show you how you can place and showcase your design using Provisual and 3D mockups. I'll also explain why this is an important and, very often, an overlooked part of selling your design to a client. The process I'm going to show will help you save a lot of time. And as you know, time is the most critical asset, not only for you but also for business owners. So, say goodbye to the never-ending revisions, and instead, spend your free time exploring the 3D mockups and uplifting your presentations. In this video, I'm going to use a pre-designed boxes brand, which includes a brand logo, color palettes, and various shapes. Time to open a 3D mockup in Provisual to showcase your design in action, to give your client a real idea of how their branding will look on the apparel, packaging, transport devices, and on many other interesting objects. Let's see how you can implement your creative ideas with 3D mockups. In this tutorial, we will learn how to customize the 3D mockup of 2 square boxes. I think this one is what we need. Let's create a new project. On the left side of the window that has just opened, you can see the panel with scenes. Here, you can create new variations of the 3D mockup, each with different design, materials, and environment settings. You will be able to add the new ones and delete the ones you don't need. Below, in the scene elements, we see the structure of the 3D model, where all separate elements are grouped into the folders. On the right side of the screen, you can see the design layers, where you can add your design and work with each design layer separately. Below, you can find the panel with the setup of the material you select. At the bottom of the viewing window, there is a toolbar which you can use to perform quick actions with the 3D model, some of which we will cover in this tutorial. To see more useful features and possibilities of Provisual, you can go to the Tutorials panel by clicking on the corresponding icon at this lowermost toolbar. Okay, let's continue. This is how our 3D mockup of 2 boxes looks like. I think it's dynamic and realistic. Let's add our design to the top box. To add the design, click on the Add Design button on the Design Layers panel. You can also download a UV map and create your design in another editor. Now let's add my branding, which I told you about earlier, to our mockup. In this window, we see the editor, where we can move and modify our design. Here on the left, the position of our design on the 3D model is always displayed in real time. In Provisual, it's super easy and user-friendly. Let's save our first design. I like the result. Now let's add the design to the box on the bottom. Let's select it in the scene elements. Clicking again on the Add Design button at the Design Layers panel. The design we prepared fits the box perfectly. This is really cool. Let's save our design. Our design looks perfect on the 3D mockups. Now let's set up the material on the upper box so that it's no longer pale and faceless. On the design panel, select the background layer to set up the box. Let's make it active. Next, we change the color of the box material. You can either select or customize the color using the color palette, or enter the color code manually, like this. Now, in the material settings, we will make the box a bit darker. Let's increase the texture size of the carton, then remove the highlights to make the box more matte. Excellent. I like how the material is set up. Let's copy this material to the lower box. In Provisual, it's very easy. I've copied the material. Next, let's select the lower box and select the background layer, then paste this material. Just like I said, it's very easy. Let's change the color of the lower box. I think it will look good in pink. Yes, this is it. Wonderful. Already at this stage, you can show your work to the client. Looks stylish. After this, if you need to change the lighting of the 3D mockups, you can open the environment settings. Here, you can change the position of the light sources vertically and horizontally. You also can set up the color of the light sources. I will slightly modify the light sources horizontally and vertically. Nice, I like it. So we've set up the materials on the boxes and added our design. Now I will show you how to change the material settings on the design itself. Let's start with the upper box. Let's select it. Now selecting the design layer to activate it. Then press on the Material tab to open the huge Provisual materials gallery. I like this gold material. Let's select it. In the material settings, as well as in the box settings, we can set up the material for our design. This multitude of various settings will help you easily bring your idea to life. You can also add volume to your design with the wonderful bevel feature. Amazing result. I think the client will be happy. Now let's set up the material of the design on the lower box. Here we also select the design layer to make it active, but we select a different material for our design. For example, this glossy plastic. In the materials settings, we will finalize it until we are completely happy with it. Great. On top of that, in Provisual, you can turn on moving lights to see how the light enhances the shape and texture of the 3D model. You can also rotate the 3D model to see how the design looks in motion. You save your clients money by using Provisual. You achieve this as you visually demonstrate how your design and client's product will look in real life before even printing it, posting it on social media, or other online platforms. Thanks to Provisual, you provide your client with a visual representation of your design and confidence in the decisions made. Now we need a background. We have lots of pre-made background options in Provisual. We can choose a solid fill as the background, or we can go for a gradient fill. Here, we can select the colors. And also set the direction of the fill, linear or radial. You can also pick one of the pre-designed backgrounds that we've prepared for you. Or add your own image. Let's add one. Excellent. Saving the project. After you've completed your design, you can share it with everyone by clicking the Share button. You'll get a shareable link to open the interactive viewer with your 3D model. Share it with colleagues, friends, or clients. And that's the end of our tutorial on creating 2 square boxes design. We hope this has been helpful for you. See you in the upcoming tutorials.